Mr. Jet, thank you for sitting down with us, sir.
Glad to be here. Great to talk to you.
Dude, CMA Fest is back in action. How does it feel?
It's awesome. You know, growing up in Nashville, going to CMA Fest and being almost like a tourist, a bystander, getting to watch it all unfold, and now being on the behind-the-scenes part, it's kind of a dream come true. It's kind of surreal that it's happening, but I'm loving it. It keeps me busy.
90,000 country music fans are on little old Broadway down the street. As a performer, what does it mean to you to see such a huge turnout to support live music?
You feel each and every one of them there. I mean, I don't know about y'all, but I have watched Nashville grow. I mean, it's my hometown, so I've watched it just grow over the years, and I think that CMA Fest puts like Mardi Gras to shame. I mean, we get so many people coming down here. We have a great time that I've never personally been to Mardi Gras, but I can just imagine that we put them to shame. And it's awesome. It's great to see the almost family that our industry and our genre has built. And I'm sure that there's a bunch of genres that could say the same, but I feel like we have the best family.
I've been told CMA Fest is like a big old country music family reunion.
Exactly. I mean, you'll meet people from all walks of life, from all over the world even, that come to town for this, and they're just chill, regular guys and girls that just like country music. That's all that we are. We're just regular guys and girls that like country music so much we decided to try and do it as a job.
Exactly. Accomplished actor, accomplished musician, always putting out new projects. Have you ever really sat back to think about everything you've done?
You know, I think that that's kind of something that's pretty common for most people that are busy in life. You kind of just let it fly past you. So there have been times where I've tried to look back and be like, oh, wow, I did get to work with this person, or I did get to go on that stage. And that's pretty neat to do every now and again. But I definitely more often than not catch myself just kind of letting it all happen and kind of going through it. But I also don't mind doing that because I know that one day when I'm sitting with my grandkids, I'll be able to look back and tell stories, and that's when I'll get to reminisce about it all.
That's my thing. It's like life. You have to have a life that has stories to tell.
Exactly. That's what I want. My grandfather is one of my best friends, and I've heard him tell some pretty cool things, and I want to be able to have that. I want to have that effect just from a different walk of life.
Now, acting and performing on stage, two very challenging things. What's more challenging mentally and emotionally, performing for TV or performing on stage?
You know, that one's a hard one to answer because they're both really similar, especially like I was on a show, Last Man Standing, and it was a live studio audience.
Oh, that's
what we performed in front of. So that was very similar to being on stage because you can be having the worst day in the world, but those people still took time out of their day to come and watch you do your job, your art. I know that's kind of harsh to say, but it's our job. Yeah. And so they don't need to know that I'm having the worst day ever. And I also kind of love that because there's something subconscious about going out on stage or going in front of a camera and putting a smile on your face that makes you feel better. You know, smiling is one of the best medicines in laughter.
Exactly.
So I think that they're both very challenging. They both are a little bit different, but really I don't think that I would be good at either one if I didn't have the other.
Wow,
if that
really?
Makes sense.
Yes, it does. Now, you just released a song just in time for CMA Fest called Red.
Yes,
Tell me
sir.
about that song.
So I had the idea for the song on the way to my write. It was my first time writing with Erica Latza and Kaylee Clark.
Gotcha.
All three of us had written together, but never all three of us in the same room. So I was like, man, I want to, for once, have like a pretty solid idea going in. I'm the kind of guy that kind of goes off of a whim, I guess. And I was thinking about Cody Johnson's song, Human. And he and I both do something very similar at our shows. We thank our veterans and our first responders. And I was like, I'd like to have my own version of that song because that's something that I really stand by and that I believe in. And I was raised that I don't care how you pray, who you vote for, all that matters, each and every one of us bleeds red.
Yeah.
We're all human.
We're all human.
And I didn't really know how to. I was like, oh, there's something kind of cool about using like a color and connecting all the people, but I didn't really know how. And Erica and Kaylee kind of did what they do, and we all collabed. And really, it kind of fell out within an hour and a half, which is pretty rare, I think most songwriters would say. And before you know it, we had a song, and I was just going to pitch it. I didn't think there was going to be one I was going to record. I was like, I can relate to it. It was my idea, but I'm not really looking for songs to record at the moment. And the more I played it at rounds and the more I kind of fell in love with the song, I was like, all right, I guess I'll be a little greedy and record this one.
It found its home.
Yes, it did, and now it's out, which it's so far, I don't know when this is airing, but so far, in like 50 some hours of it being out, it's been my fastest growing song.
Dude,
We
congratulations.
just, as I parked and walked in here, broke just on Spotify 50,000 streams.
Dude, congratulations.
So,
That's awesome.
Thank you.
So, what do you hope your fans take away from your artistry?
I hope that no matter what you do in your life, you can relate to at least one of my songs. I try to write and release the most relatable music possible because, like I said earlier, I'm a normal guy that goes through normal guy stuff. I just happen to write music for a living. And if I'm a normal guy, then normal guys and gals listening to my music are going to be able to relate in some way, shape, or form. 20 different people can hear the same one of my songs and relate to it in 20 different ways. And that's what I hope I'm able to do with my music, is bring people together by listening to it.
Beautiful. What does the future hold for you?
Busy.
I'm sure.
The rest of this year is going to be a lot of touring. We're everywhere from Idaho to South Carolina. So we're all over the place the rest of the summer, the rest of the year, working on the album that Red will be a part of. Ooh. And we've already got a few songs recorded for it, including Red. And we're going to go in the studio probably in about 2 weeks and record 3 or 4 more, try to put a little 10, 12-song album together and have it out by the end of the year.
Any little hints or sneaks you can give us about the upcoming album?
You can hear some stuff that's a lot more, I think, emotional. Like, I would consider Red a pretty emotional song, about heartache and going through stuff and how we all come together. I've got another song on there that I'll even say the name. It's called Tough. And it's all the different stuff about the times in your life where you've got to kind of just bite the bullet and be tough.
Awesome. Mr. Jett, thank you for sitting down with us.
Thank you so much for having me.